miscellaneous receipt in receivables, which is the correct handling of this type of charge. And that way your receivable subledger and your general ledger will balance, and you will have eliminated this manual transaction. Another new dashboard that we have is an open liabilities dashboard, and this was requested by customers. And the idea here is that you may have policies about how you manage your liabilities, and you may have exceptions that you need to work through when those policies aren't perfectly followed. So to give you an example, you're trying to monitor your outstanding liabilities. In this case, the example, this is the type of customer that asked for this. A college system that has many schools in it has a policy that all the liabilities have to be associated with a particular school. And so what they do is they would have this open liabilities dashboard, and they could go to the school account in their chart of accounts, and this could be like organization or division or something, maybe in a commercial business, and you could see the different schools listed here, the liabilities, and then you have some that are unclassified. So they were entered as liabilities, but they were never actually classified as being part of or assigned to one of the particular schools. So we just click on the unclassified bar in the graph. You can see the transactions that are in fact not classified, and of course the remedy here is to identify which school they should be applied to and classify them correctly. So again, the ability just to drill around and understand your open liabilities by segments in the chart of accounts. Okay, on the functional side, in the finance area, we've made some improvements in the handling of leases, particularly in the property manager area. So one of the things we focused on is the migration of midlife leases. So there's a lot of complexity when a lease is sort of halfway through its life and you're bringing it into the system. And especially when you're dealing with different currencies and you have to select like the currency rate at which you're going to compute this right of use asset that's going to be recorded and so forth. So we basically added better support for handling onboarding of midlife leases. On the lease and finance management side, which is where we do vendor financing of equipment, we did many enhancements here. I'll just comment briefly on the first one on the list, which is to handle the rollover of allowances. So this is like a usage-based billing case where you're leasing things, and as a result of the lease, the customer has an entitlement to use an equipment for a certain amount, like the number of hours or the number of copies or something, and then you can model like a mobile phone plan. You can model like a rollover where whatever isn't used in one period rolls over as part of that entitlement into a subsequent period. So until 12/15, we haven't supported that kind of model, and now we do. Switching gears now to order management. This area of internal sales order is an important one. Many customers have asked for these enhancements, and many customers have customized because we haven't, if they're on versions where we didn't before the one where we provided these enhancements. So the idea, just to set the context here, there are many functions that you have always been able to do with an external sales order that you record to sell something to a customer. But if one of your organizations is selling something to another one of your organizations internally, we call that an internal sales order. And there are a whole set of flows that we didn't fully support for most of the life of the business suite. And more recently, based on customer requests, we've really built out that solution. So as of now, you can do all the processing of returns of internal sales orders and cancellations of internal sales orders. We handle not just the RMA document that you would use to return it, but all the intercompany accounting that's involved in undoing the accounting that was involved when you created the internal sales order. When you return it or cancel it, you have to kind of go undo that and reverse it. And we handle all of that now automatically. One of the things we added in 12.2.15 is the ability to cancel internal sales orders that are lost while in transit. So if something goes in transit, it's going to take a long time to move from one place to another. It's often moved into an in-transit inventory. And what happens now if it's lost in that inventory is we basically remove it from that inventory, and then based on the settings that you've used to set it up, we create an expense against whatever account or whatever organization should bear the cost of that. Again, in all these areas, I'm just touching on the surface. There are many, many more things that we've done. I'll give you an example here. The kind of thing that we're doing in order management, besides what I just talked about, is being able to process a partial customer acceptance and create an RMA for the rejected quantity. So if you want to we have modeled an order event point of customer acceptance, but if you sent the customer, they ordered 10 and you sent them 10, but 3 of them were damaged, they might keep the 10 and want to return the 3 that were damaged. And so now you can model that so that it creates an easy way to record that the customer accepted 7 and wants an RMA for the 3. So that makes that simpler.